Hey YouTube, Jay Kilroy here, back in the shop for a little Shop ADHD 28. Yes, I know it hasn't been that long since the last Shop ADHD, but I got some things, some viewer mail, and some other information that I wanted to share, wanted to get out to you, things to discuss, and I thought it was just a good time to go ahead and knock this out. First thing, got some viewer mail here from, I believe it's pronounced Michael Thomas, or it might be Michael, M-I-C-H-E-L. It's spelled Thomas I-U-S, Thomas, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. Michael, I'm not sure. Regardless, thank you very much. He shipped this all the way from, and overseas addresses blow my mind, Tadley, Hampshire, United Kingdom. And it was somewhat of a challenge. I have no idea what's in here. So if the man shipped me a box full of dildos, we're getting ready to be embarrassed, because I'm putting it out there exactly the way that I'm getting it out of the box. So let's see what's going on. Don't get that every day here in the Kilroy shop. And personal gift. Thank you very much. All right. Let's see. This actually could be a Feed the Monster. Hold on just a second. Let's have a break for Feed the Monster. We got to be appropriate here. We got to use the right title. He made a donation to Feed the Monster, so the monster is being fed as well as having a little Shop ADHD at the same time. There's a box knife here. Let me get a box cutter. Big points for packaging. Big points here. Michael, you happy man. You are definitely hitting the monster's weak spot here. Big points on the packaging. Just gathering some of the bouquet. I don't know if this is right side up or upside down. I think it might be upside down. Might be right side up. Oh, sweet ever loving. Oh, folks, I am caught unprepared. Look at this. What a beautiful, beautiful thing. Look at the taps. Taps down the top here. Very interesting design of the box. 3/8 by 26. Oh yeah, see that every day. 3/8 by 24. I'm pretty much blown away here. Here's a maker's mark. Solid wrought, Buckingham, London. Says solid wrought. You can barely make that out. Buckingham, London. I believe that's a CS. Excuse me. Beautifully made. This is a beauty. This is a beauty. How you like the tap wrench here? This is pretty interesting. So the tap wrench. There's two of them actually, two tap wrenches. They just have square holes for the taps, the back of the taps to drive into. I wouldn't be surprised if this was forged that way. Beautiful. I've seen tap wrenches of this style or die holders of this style before, and they were generally German or Czech manufacturer. So again, looking, watch this, isn't that nice? Looking at the box, there aren't any markings that I can see that represent a manufacturer. The sizes do appear to be imperial. Of what thread standard? Not sure. This is a 1 by 20. Let's see. Oh, no, excuse me, that one was not it. 7/16 by 24. So these are imperial sizes. 9/16 by 20. 1/2 by 24. So I'm not sure as to what thread form. We'll have to do a little research to find out. But all in all, I'm blown away. thank you very much for the generous donation, of which I'm not even through yet. Got another box over here. This will certainly take up a prized spot in my collection. If anyone knows any or has any information about the maker of such a set, about if this box, the construction of the box, tells you anything, please share. Everybody would like to see. All right. Part 2. There is a mark here. Looks like M and W. Let me see if you can make that out. M and W. Guess it works either way. M and W. It's funny. Again, if anyone's familiar with that manufacturer or maker, any information you could share would be greatly appreciated. Oh, there you go. Now you're talking. This is decidedly not tap and die set. It is a Moore and Wright depth mic. So we will there you go. It's a small base, a Moore and Wright depth mic. It appears to be metric, and by there's a little piece of paper in here. There's a pack. It says packed by 16, passed, quality control, date. All it has under date is F, probably some kind of internal construction code. So that makes perfect sense. That Moore and Wright. I'm surprised I didn't even guess that. By the looks of the box, I would say this is probably a 60s to 70s vintage. The mic does appear to be is in really good shape. It's very smooth. No issues there. No nicks, scratches. Very useful, actually. So thank you very much. I am blown away by the generosity and just friendliness of people that I meet through YouTube all the time. Next, and related to taps and dies and feeding the monster. If you remember, a while back, one of my earlier Feed the Monsters, I got a tap and die set made by a maker by the name of Conant and Donaldson, and did a Feed the Monster on it. See the cards. A man by the name of Gary Augustine sent me a link to a patent that we're going to discuss. A patent filled out in the name of F.W. Conant. And it is a patent that discusses screw plate style dies. So what I have here is I have a die out of that set. This is Reliable, Conant and Donaldson, Conway, Massachusetts, USA. And the patent, which, by the way, down below, link in the patent to the patent in my Dropbox there, if you'd like to look over the doc. The patent was applied for January 27th, 1903. The patent was granted January 27th, 1903. Under patent number 719089, application filed July 18th, 1902. So it gives you an idea. It takes a lot longer than nowadays to get a patent, and they had no technology back then. So, and here are the drawings and signatures of the patent. Again, link down below. Anyway, I've read over the patent, and basically the patent deals with the reliable positioning of the inserts. These guys here, the reliable positioning of the inserts inside the die body such that they will cut a concentric and proper thread. You ever wonder how you do that? These things don't just sit up in there, right, like flat. So the patent, I'm going to take this one apart. See the back screws off here. There you go. There's the back. And then here are the two inserts. The patent involves the shape of this insert. This shape right here. You will notice that it has it's not straight. It's kind of a parallelogram, except there's a slight taper on this side of the insert, and then there's a slight taper on this side of the insert here. These two sides, the upper and lower sections here are parallel but not straight up and down. And what this does is matching recesses inside the die allow this, when you insert it here, make sure that these two inserts line up properly and that they are aligned properly, and that the die will actually cut a concentric and proper thread. They also allow you to load the inserts into the holder either way, with the taper, the starting taper, see if you can see that starting taper side, facing down through the guide, or you can turn them around and you can put the inserts in so that the starting taper faces out through the front. But that is what the patent involves. So the write-up is interesting for someone that is a student of history or likes these types of things. And it says, to summarize, the invention relates to screw plate and die construction, the object of the invention being to provide a screw plate and die so constructed that the act of securing the dies, those are the inserts, in the screw plate, this big round case, will affect the actual adjustment of the dies whereby a true thread may be cut. And then they go through the details of and they discuss the drawing, the cross section, and how it is built. They do point out a failing of dies, screw plates that are done without this feature. Says it has been found in practice that the dies, however carefully the screw plate may be constructed, will not always assume a position in true alignment with the axis of the screw plate, and the result is an imperfect thread cut by these dies. So it's not a real long patent. again, the link is in my to my Dropbox is in there. Signed by Fred K.W. Conant, witnessed by H.A. Chapin and K.I. Clemens. Conant did in fact have a patent on this type of die construction, marked as reliable. And then and this patent, this part references this patent, says patented January 27, 1903. So he then got into the business of just licensing out his patent. He licensed his patent to Mayhew, as we've seen, and then these various companies were combined and purchased and ended up all part of Greenfield, and the Reliable name was purchased, and that all this stuff ended up as part of Greenfield Tool and Die eventually. So there you go, a little more information about screw plate taps and dies. Well, there you go, another little mixture, Shop ADHD and Feed the Monster. I did a little research, something about 3/8 by 26 kind of tweaked my brain, and I did a little research and found out that the 26 thread per inch is from the British Standard Cycle thread, which was used universally in motorcycle and bicycle manufacture for many years. No longer is, except in a couple of specific cases. The 9/16 20 thread I told you about earlier is used in pedals on 3-piece cranks. Come on, Rosie. Come here, baby. Come here. Okay, sorry, back from the phone call. So anyway, the British Standard Cycle threads involve mostly 26 TPI and some 20 TPI, and there's a whole range of them from 1/4 inch up to 3/4 of an inch, and well, actually 35 and 36 millimeter by 26 TPI. So for bottom brackets, and on various bicycles, bicycle axles being the 3/8 by 26, still in use today by a variety of manufacturers. And so there you go. Many of these sizes, if not all these sizes in here, fall under the British Standard Cycle designation. So I don't have any other taps in that size, so thank you again for such a generous gift and going through the trouble that you had to go to get it to me. I do appreciate it. Tailstock gives this video her approval, and be safe in the shop, and I'll be back with you soon.